I swear, if I'm not back home in Bar Harbor right now, these people have another thing coming. It's a new day, the sun is shining, and I'm back home in Maine. No more island for me, no siree.
Well, good morning to you too. Where are you off to in such a hurry?
Good morning, Chester. Who was that just now running out the door so fast?
That'd be the new kid on the island, James Johnson. He washed up last night. Shadow, Sam, and Taylor pulled him in.
Well, he sure was in a hurry. Where do you reckon he's off to?
Been and gone, Mario. Skipped the stairs and hightailed it faster than the Roadrunner.
I can see that.
And here we have Mario Goldstar, the island's resident former superhero. Used to go by the name Commando before he was killed in a fight with his arch nemesis, the Bronze Butcher. 30 years young and powerful thanks to the cybernetic eye he got planted in his head. His hero days are long behind him now, though.
What do you have that fresh? I'm getting some drinks for me, Taylor and Flint.
I don't care how long it takes! Just get me off this island! I just want to go home!
Hey, slow down, man. What are you doing? You're gonna get hurt.
I'm leaving! I'm swimming back to Maine! I know my chances are slim, but I have to try!
You're insane.
No! I'm not gonna stay here in this nightmare! Either I swim for it or I die here, and I'm not gonna...
Luna, sit. You said you were gonna try and swim back to Maine? That does not look like what's happening from my perspective.
How observant, Galileo. What, pray tell, does it look like I'm doing then?
Well, assuming you're being serious, then it looks to me like you tripped on your own 2 feet and then hit the deck.
Like I said, Galileo, you're very observant.
And you said you were going to swim back to Maine, but you're lying in the sand like an ostrich. Shouldn't you be in the water by now, or are you giving up so soon?
Has anyone ever actually left the island before? Have they at least tried?
None so theatrically as yourself, I'm afraid. But yes, others have tried before. You're not the only one, whether you believe it or not. No one has managed to leave, though. Believe me, you'd be grasping at straws, just like they did. I don't know whether you would believe this or not, but someone even tried to fly a dragon off this island once. It was a while back, but they certainly did try.
How far did they get?
Not very far, honestly. They were looking for a saddle in the barn before they got chased out by Theo. It is a pleasure to meet you, despite the circumstances. My name is Michael. Michael St. Kolbe.
Saint as in Catholic saint, or...
Oh, complete coincidence. My name is the same as the Catholic priest Maximilian Kolbe, and my first name comes from the Archangel. Don't think about it too hard. Name's Michael. That's all you need.
James Johnson. Joseph Johnson was my father. I wasn't really named after anyone.
So, you're new to the island then?
Yeah, I washed up on the island. Right down there on the beach, actually. Got pulled in by some girl named Taylor. Almost broke my ribs because she thought I was dead.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Don't give her too much grief.
Figured. Samuel told me something about her being a bit forward, as he put it.
That sounds like Samuel, all right. You got the welcoming committee, then.
Certainly feels like that, yeah. Shadow was there, too. She was the first one to talk to me, other than Taylor.
So, you haven't seen much of the island, I gather.
Just the beach and the penthouse.
How about this? You're new, and I know the island well enough. I could show you around before the church service starts in a couple of hours. You know, give you something to do.
Sounds great. Nice of you to offer. So, how long have you been on the island? Since you seem to know your way around.
Honestly, I lost track a while back, but it doesn't really matter anymore. And before you ask, I think I know what your next question is going to be. I've had a soft spot for animals ever since I was young, especially for endangered species. I spent my entire life wanting to help them as much as I could. Man, the world's always been a cruel place. Not just to humans, but also to animals. The further humanity expands across the globe, the more natural habitats we take from these creatures. It's been like that all throughout history, and I've always been so mad at humanity for being so unnecessarily cruel. But you know, whatever. It's a fact of life. First chance I ever got was during my senior year of high school. I got involved in an endangered species conservation society, attended rallies, you know, all that stuff. But I was more focused on actually helping relocate the animals we were fighting to protect.
I assume that's got something to do with how you ended up here, then?
Oscar Wilde once said, "No good deed goes unpunished." Anyone asks me to talk about my experience and how I got here on the island, that's what I tell them. Now, as to how I got here exactly, I can't remember what day it was or where we were, honestly. I've tried to remember. I was with a group from the Conservation Society. We were in the woods looking for an area where a wolf pack had reported by our scouting staff. The only problem was we were going in blind. And around that same time, the wolves were being actively hunted by some poachers who wanted their coats. Well, we eventually found and secured the wolves. It was a mother and her 5 pups, actually. But it was getting late, and so when we set out, we had a group go ahead and clear a path so that they could wait for us by the trucks. We were about 2 miles or so from where we picked up the wolves. We just crossed the river.
How far from the trucks were you then?
Actually, pretty close, maybe. 100 yards away or so. It's a bit fuzzy. I was carrying one of the pups in my coat with me. I just crossed over a stream. It was within shouting distance of the rest of the group. So I shout at them to let them know, then go to step over a log.
That's it?
That's it. I raised my leg to step over the log, and the next thing I know, I'm lying in the grass next to Luna. I can see it on the tip of your tongue, James. You have questions. Go ahead.
You've been here on the island for a while, like you said. You've seen things. Just how large is this island, really?
I started on the beach behind the penthouse back there, and I walked the entire island and stopped on the same spot where I started from, so 4,028 miles on the dot.
So it's Hawaii then?
In terms of size, yes, but in terms of location, no. I'm sure that Shadow, Sam, and Taylor have told you this already, but...
Supposedly, this is heaven, and I came from the storm after I died.
Supposedly? You seem pretty glued to that opinion.
I am, because the Bible didn't talk about any islands in the middle of ocean surrounded by a giant storm that doesn't have an end. No dragons, no magic, nothing.
Well, then what did it talk about?
Streets of gold, mansions as far as the eye can see, and larger than you can imagine. Choirs of angels singing, holy, 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 hallelujah. A big throne in the center of it all, where God sits with Jesus on his right side. Riches beyond your wildest dreams. Everyone is a king or a queen, and everyone gets a crown.
Look, I might be the island's official historian and lover of wild animals, but you'll have to ask someone like Shadow or Sam if you want to know more about heaven.
You sound like Shadow. You must be close friends.
I'm not dodging the question, if that's what you're getting at. Just because I don't have to answer to some questions doesn't mean I don't have the answers at all. I'm not stupid. Your presumptuousness is showing. I'd put that away if I were you, so you don't attract too much attention. Unless you've attracted a lot of attention already.
Would Shadow and Sam giving me some choice words last night classify as too much attention?
I would say that sounds like the right amount of attention. But if you really did get some of the words that I think you did, then Shadow does not like you. So as long as you stay out of trouble from here on out, and don't get on Shadow's bad side, then I think you'll be just fine.
No, that doesn't sound very comforting if I'm being honest.
It wasn't meant to be comforting. It was supposed to be a warning.
Have you explored the mountains before?
I thought about it once, but I don't have the necessary resources to try just yet. And anyway, like, they're so large that you would need more than one person at a time to try and get to the top.
Do the mountains here have a name?
If they do, I have not heard it. But I will tell you this. From down here, they're pretty deceiving. The first stop on the tour is the island's largest body of fresh water, Firewater Lake. Keep up the pace, and we'll be there in no time at all.